Welcome back to the Sim Racing Network. Finally got our troubleshooting issues figured out and set to take you all the way to the checkered flag. Now we work lap 43, serving tonight's first caution in the Sim500 Kickass Beef Jerky Sunday Series right here live on the Sim Racing Network. It has been a Daniel Falkingham show so far tonight, John, and it doesn't look like anybody's got anything for him. And, well, the guy that maybe did have something for him, Byron Daly, well, he's starting way back in the 15th starting position after a bad pit stop.
Pit stops have been... Hello? Hello? Hello?
Got you. So, Don Mushton now having his fair share of issues as well. It's been a full moon kind of night here at Richmond Raceway as we get sent to rack 'em and stack 'em. Daniel Falkingham has pulled it to the outside on this restart. Comstock on the inside. It'll be Fuller, Donnie Leah, and Brian Macklin. That's the top five, and we'll try that again. John, you good now?
Is it a full moon outside?
It's definitely.
What the hell is going on around here?
Definitely a full moon night. Here we go, set for the first restart of the night, lap 44 of 150. So glad you've tuned in live with us right here on the Sim Racing Network. We apologize for the early mistakes, but we should be good to go now. Falkingham in the gas, and we're back racing at Richmond.
That is no surprise at all. He's been getting great restarts these last few weeks. I think he's taking a page straight out of Kyle Busch's playbook there. His lane choice is pretty smart too, Ben. We've seen that outside be really strong and look at that. We got one on the wall up there. I think that was the 18. No, I think the 20. Oh, wow. Shaq Holman hit the wall. Anyway, as I was saying, the outside line has been pretty strong on the start. And, you can get a lot of positions here if you get a really good start right there. In the meantime, 3 wide down there with the 51 of Fuller, the 23 car of Parker. Wow, Parker. We haven't talked about him in a while.
Now Parker works his way to the inside of Justin Fuller. That'll be for the 4th position as they battle off of turn number 4. Parker down low, Fuller up high. 23.51 going at it for the 4th position on the racetrack. And Brian Macklin right there in that mix as well. And he's going to try and fill the spot. Wow. Talk about a door slammed in the face right there. Macklin, a close call on the back straightaway, able to keep it straight.
Absolutely. I'm behind them, though. Tommy Ryan's got his hands full with the 22 of Jordan Hightower. Hightower, he wants that spot. He gets right up there on the bumper of Tommy Ryan and then just kind of backs off, so he's not ready to get too aggressive just yet. But I tell you what, Parker and Fuller, they're no strangers to each other. They've had a couple run-ins early this season.
That they have. And speaking of, we'll go back to the Hightower situation. He's been sideways a couple times tonight. That's why he's fallen back into the clutches and almost outside the top 10. Hightower is he was running 5th earlier in this race before the big slide down in 1 and 2, and that put him further back. And now we have the second caution of the night here at Richmond Raceway, and it's for looks to be Anthony Calantoni on the back straightaway in the 84 machine. Started over in 1 and 2, actually in front of him with Jimmy North and looks like Gillenwater possibly in the 4, and then Calantoni just a victim of circumstance as he gets down on the apron. Had some 4 wide there and gets cut right across and gets spun out. Gillenwater also gets a pretty big piece of that, putting us under caution for the second time tonight here at Richmond.
That was just a case of some folks getting loose and checking up, Gillenwater being one of those folks, and then he was still trying to save it a little bit there and got into, looks like the 17 car on his outside there, unfortunately. Just Paul Nicholas Cooper in the wrong spot and at the wrong time. And Calantoni thought he was going to miss it and didn't. Poor guy, I feel bad for him.
Cut it close. That was about 5-6 laps on the tires, John. We have a handful of drivers staying out, but another handful of drivers coming in. And E.J. O'Rourke has just pounded the wall.
Did you see that? I was watching that. I have no idea what he was doing there. Maybe trying to get a lap back. That's what it is.
Wow.
Doing more damage than good, though. Wow.
Oh, it was Macklin machine in the 30 was, let's see if we can get a replay of that, because that is just the wildest thing I've seen. O'Rourke got the lucky dog, was coming by the field on the outside. Macklin pulls up in front of him, and if I'm Sim500 officials, there's going to be a penalty for the 30 machine.
Roger that. I mean, I don't think they've discussed it in track yet. I haven't seen anybody bring it up, but I would have to agree with you on that. I mean, that's...
that looked pretty deliberate.
It did. It really did.
So we watch the replay here. I mean, he's just... O'Rourke doing everything right, and the 30 just pulls up in front of him, and O'Rourke gets on the brakes, on the binders, has too much rear brake in it maybe, and that sort of loosened that car up, and into the wall he goes.
That's a shame, too. But, I mean, he's back on the lead lap after being involved in an earlier incident, but still, that's just going to cause him some damage that he really didn't need right now.
Absolutely. So, wow. A big moment there, and be interested to see how that all shakes out as we get ready to turn the lights off atop the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car next time by. It'll be interesting to see which line Falkingham chooses this time. He got a good restart on the outside last time, but looks like he's favoring that inside line for this restart, John. This is it's going to be one of those games he might be playing all night long.
I was just going to say, this might be a mind game. He's just trying to make Comstock guess until the very last second. He doesn't have to choose until right before they cross the line there for the one to go, so he can stay down low if he wants to, play with Dave a little bit, you know, make him think he's going to take that inside line, and then at the last second duck up high. And that's Falkingham for you, man. He's one of those youngins that's like, he just loves to play mind games.
That he does, and it makes us fun. Makes it fun up here in the booth for us. You see Comstock. If he's not careful, Comstock's going to fill that void on the top side. Looks like he is choosing the inside for this restart. So there we go, lights off. And how about Donnie Leah there in the 18, John? He's had a good run so far tonight. Started 7th and has worked his way up to 3rd so far. Some big movers tonight. Joey Jatina from 16th to 7th. Jimmy Coleman 15th to 8th. And Rich Jett from 31st to 15th. So he's passed half the cars he's got to do to win this race.
Now, you know, I used to race with him back in the NASCAR 2003 days, too.
Making a good showing tonight. Didn't qualify and has already made it to 15th in 54 laps. 96 left to go. Oh, we're going to keep short tracking as more mind games occur on the restart as they race down into turn 1.
Falkingham checked up the entire field, literally right there on that restart. Didn't go until the very last second, but again, he's been the ace of doing that these last few weeks, which basically puts Comstock into the clutches of the 18 car you were just talking about, and Donnie Leah right there. Now behind them, Macklin got real loose coming down on that turn 3 and 4 right there. And look at this fight. There goes Macklin on the inside of Comstock. He's going to take second spot away, so move Leah up to second place. Comstock back to 3rd. Help me, Ben.
These guys are all over the place, and you know there was some 3 wide battling between Hightower and Parker midfield, but now the battle back for second between Leah and Comstock. We'll see if Comstock can work his way to the inside. Leah going to try and fight back on that outside. Inside's good on the restarts. John, outside, I think maybe the more preferred line in a battle later in the race.
Exactly. My thoughts there have been once we get some rubber down on this track, and if we go long enough for these tires to start showing their wear, the middle to high line is definitely the place you want to be going through 1 and 2. 3 and 4, middle lane down, actually, I found through my experience this past week racing, it has been the preferred line when the tires get really old. But I don't know how long these guys can go on fuel, to be honest with you. I didn't even check that today.
We could be within the fuel window within the next couple of laps, or maybe there even now. It's only 3/4 of a mile here at Richmond, so not a lot of track coverage that these guys have to circulate every lap. So nonetheless, Comstock able to get back around Leah. That puts Fuller on the rear bumper of the 18, Macklin on the bumper of Fuller, and then Byron Daly. We talked about him. He was outside the top 15 a couple laps ago. Johnny's worked his way back up to 6th in the 06, and he is on the move.
Daly's like a ninja, I swear. It's like he takes his time and doesn't make any really aggressive moves. The next thing you know, he's up there battling for the lead. Now, right now, He's back there, like you said. He's in 5th spot, but he's watching these guys in front of him. Leah, the 51 car, duking out. I think Leah spent his load there on those tires. Being a little too aggressive on that start might have heated him up and overheated him actually there, Ben. And now he's paying for it.
Certainly could have, as he is falling back to Justin Fuller, and Fuller trying to make the move on the 18 machine as Falkingham is just opening up his lead continually, lap by lap. It's 9/10 of a second. I wouldn't be surprised if that lead is up to 1 second this next time by. He is just on a dominant run tonight here at Richmond.
Absolutely. And, I'm not going to mention any names, Ben, but if you'll think back to our No Bull days together, you'll remember a certain dude that came in and just stuck up the show for like 8 or 9 races, won or finished top 3 every single time, took the pole every single week. And that's what Daniel reminds me of, man. He's just that stout right now.
That he is. Championship leader heading into tonight. He only has 2 wins this season, but boy, he has come close many a time with 5 top 5s and out of 7 races. Yeah, just got a piece of the wall, and can't be doing that if you're going to continue to dominate here at Richmond. But so far, before that little moment, he's looked pretty good.
I think he was just trying to get the hot dog wrapper off that right rear bumper. That's all it was. He didn't want that extra weight on that side of the car,
Yeah, I was going to say, he wanted it to actually look like the car participated in a short track race.
That's it. He didn't want to disappoint his paint and body guys back at the shop, give them something to do this week. Wow, we got 3 wide coming off of turn 4 back there. Man, that was exciting. 3 wide will work a little bit, but not on exit. It's so loose coming off exit back there.
So loose and gets so tight right here off of turn 2. You really got to, it's tight even going 2 wide. Off turn 2, and boy, look at Fuller and Macklin and Parker and Daly and Ryan. 5 cars throw a small blanket over them. Down into turn number 1 and 2, Fuller, Macklin, side by side they go.
Fuller's car's already got battle damage on that right side, as does the 30 car of Macklin. I don't see any fenders right now in this group of cars that hasn't got a little bit of damage on it, but that's not going to stop them from going and just driving it down. Look at Fuller send it down there into 3 and 4, and that's going to cost him a little bit. He gets tight on exit right there, and he has to lift. Give Macklin that spot now.
Macklin will grab the 4th spot. Fuller back to 5th. Now he's trying to hold on to a top 5 spot as Parker goes around the outside, and Fuller is sideways down into 3. Look out, big moment there. Still trying to gather it up for the 51. He's going to spin out in front of the field. Caution is out. Everybody going to avoid him. Oh, that was a close one. But wow,
oh my God.
Big moment.
Wow, that was huge. He got so lucky right there, Ben. Could have been so much worse for him.
That he could. Wow. Started down in turn 3 and just couldn't quite catch it. Over in 4 and overcorrected, and wow, just a good save, keeping it off the wall and keeping it off of other cars for the 51, but
Simley got some serious damage right there. Simley did get a piece of that. Scott Simley, the 12 car.
Yeah, he clipped him as he came up the track, and that'll be about the only victim of that crash. Nonetheless, pits open for the 3rd time here tonight, and everybody going to come down to the service of their crews. I think if Daniel Falkingham is going to be beat tonight, John, it's going to have to happen on the other side, or on this side, rather, of the pit wall.
Absolutely, and we've covered that before. Pit road can be a driver's worst enemy, especially on these short tracks. If you screw up here, get a speeding penalty or miss your box or whatever, under caution, maybe not too bad, but under green, you're going to pay for it. And he got in there good and smooth right there. Macklin, I think, just took 2 tires. Daly took 2 tires for sure. Wow. Little strategy being played there.
How about that for rolling the dice here in Virginia? We'll see how that shapes up.
Hey, gambling's against the law here. I'm just saying. Just want to remind folks.
Well, if that's the case, these 2 guys are headed to jail as we head to break here at Richmond Raceway. We'll be back to bring you back to the green flag. You won't miss a thing. Corner-to-corner coverage right here on the SRN.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah. Rat poison.
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to Richmond Raceway. Field stacked up for the restart. First 2 cars in line are on 2. Everybody behind them on 4. And it is going to be a swarm of machines. Oh, a big bumper there on the start as Hightower got into the back end of Josh Parker. Nonetheless, though, Macklin and Daly will race side by side into turn number 1. Only on right side tires for these 2 drivers as Daniel Falkingham for the first time tonight going to be in some traffic.
Not for long, though. We know Falkingham is strong in that 39 car. Daly's got to know that right now he's a sitting duck. He's behind that 30, so he's got that dirty air. He's also got 2 tires only, so the 39's got 4 fresh ones, and he's fast. Donnie Lee is right behind them. Comstock behind them. We got 2x2 back here. The 23 car of Parker is battling with Tommy Ryan, the 99. In the meantime, Macklin's loving this, Ben. He's got that clean air, and he's watching Daly put up one hell of a fight for a second spot right there with Falkingham.
And Justin Fuller, the driver that just caused that most recent caution, he's back up to 8th. Didn't lose too many spots there.
What?
So gets involved with the incident there and back inside the top 10 for the 51. But nonetheless, up front, Leah and Daly going at it for the 3rd spot. Remember, Daly on the slightly older left side tires. He's got fresh right side tires, but they're still going to get out for that final podium position. And all whilst they do that, close call there as Daly slams the door on Leah. While they do that, here comes Falkingham in trouble behind. Josh Parker goes around.
Well, my goodness.
Parker backwards on the front straightaway as he slides across the start-finish line off the bumper of the 51, putting us under caution for the 4th time tonight here at Richmond.
I said it earlier, these 2 are not strangers to each other, Ben, on the racetrack, and that's unfortunate, but I don't think it's going to end right there. I really don't.
So you're saying the first chapter is just over?
Not even the first chapter. I think that's the first paragraph right there. We've still got 70 laps to go at this track, and yeah, right there, a little bit of a bump, and it doesn't take much right here. It really, really doesn't.
Especially off turn 4, cars light, you're on the gas and trying to put the power down for that long curved front straightaway. And just around he goes. All kind of checked up there and just Yeah, I wouldn't call it intentional, but
Nah.
just sort of a victim of circumstance off of turn
Did our
number 4
producer
for
just
Parker.
use a big old $20 word? Did he say accordion?
Accordion.
I wonder if he can spell
Now, yeah, I was going to say double or nothing if he could spell it.
that. Folks, if all of a sudden I disappear, well,
that would mean the mic cord got unplugged.
I might have gotten unplugged by Aaron. We love you, Aaron. You know that, right?
Brian Macklin leads, and he's on those
You think he's
old
nervous,
left
Ben?
side tires. If I'm starting side by side with Daniel Falkingham, the driver who has, jumped out to 1, 2, 3 second lead all night long, I'm going to get pretty nervous, especially knowing he's got fresher tires than I do.
Right? And then I predict we're going to see more of the mind games we saw that last restart. You saw Macklin check everybody up just before the green came out, which caused a huge bottleneck behind him. Gave him a little bit of a gap to get up there and get the line that he wanted going into turn 1 and 2. And I would not be surprised if he tried that again. Now, I would like to see if he's going to maybe choose the inside or the outside line this time.
That's a very good point, and I don't know if any line would have a advantage over Falkingham. He's just that good
That's
so
true.
far here tonight. Just past the halfway point here at Richmond, and this is perfect time for a halfway break. So in your halfway break, be sure to sit down and have some refreshing Kickass beef jerky. If they're not available in your
Which
local
you don't
area,
afford to eat.
if they're not available up in your local area, be sure to find them online. KickassBeefJerky.com, shipping nationwide with all the Kickass Beef Jerky snacks. Top 10 as they sit right now: Brian Macklin, Daniel Falkingham, Byron Daly, Donnie Leah, David Comstock, Tommy Ryan, Justin Fuller, Chad Coleman, Doy Woods, and Joey Jettina. Rounding out the top 10. Great run for a lot of these drivers. And how about EJ O'Rourke? Up in 12th there, John, from 29th, and he has had his fair share of troubles tonight in that 41 machine, so good to see him up inside the top 15.
Absolutely. EJ and the Wall have become familiar with each other early in this race. Unfortunately. And it wasn't even EJ's fault. He was just trying to dodge, we're not going to mention any names, but he was trying to dodge somebody while he was getting his lap back. Now, folks, we started this race with 36 cars. We still have 31 in the lead lap, Ben, which means it's going to be crowded down there on this restart.
Certainly is. 33 still on the track. Casey Campbell, Fred Thompson, and Dwight Beverly have all pulled it behind the wall. 3 cars out of this deal. 33 still on the lead lap, or on the track. 30 now on the lead lap as we turn the lights off atop the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. Brian Macklin chooses the inside for this restart. That'll put Byron Daly right behind him, and maybe he's hoping that Daly will put the hammer down and try and get around Falkingham as well.
This ought to be good. This ought to be real good. Like I said, watch for some mind games right here on this restart, Ben.
So here we go. 84 down of 150 as we're set for what could be one of the final restarts of the night. Boy, our producer's got the giggles tonight as the green flag back in the air. We're back underway at Richmond, and everybody bumper to bumper as they race down into turn number 1. Macklin gets an early lead, and they'll go side by side for second. Daly on the inside, Falkingham to the outside.
Daly sitting in there at 1 and 2, man, just trying to make sure that Falkingham doesn't get the advantage on him on the outside lane with those fresher. I won't say they're 4 fresh tires, but they're definitely fresher than the 2 that Daly's got right now.
Whoa.
And he's going to slam the door on Falkingham right there.
Oh.
Real tight fit, my goodness. And it's just one hell of a fight right there behind these 3 is Comstock. Oh, and Tommy Ryan gets up in the wall. That's going to slow him down big time.
Ryan loses a little bit of speed on the back straightaway, but Byron Daly with that big move down into 1, that upset Comstock. That almost turned Comstock sideways when he got onto binders real hard. And look at Comstock now side by side with Falkingham. I think we may have found the kryptonite to Falkingham's run tonight, and it's traffic. Falkingham, without the clean air on that nose of the 39, just doesn't seem like he can go anywhere.
Not at all, and he destroyed the right side of that car just then coming off of 2. And he continues to struggle at outside.
Whoa, Chad Coleman is sideways.
Oh.
Saves it.
Man, we got excitement. I don't even know where to look right now. We've got everything going on this track at one time. But like I was saying, Falkingham is really struggling out there on that outside line there, Ben.
That he is, as we get the replay of Chad Coleman down in 1 and 2. He got really sideways. He was right behind Leah, and he was sideways from entrance all the way through 1 and 2. Look at that slide from the 20. Great job by everybody avoiding him. He loses a couple position, falls outside the top 10. Meanwhile, back up at the front of the field. Yeah. It is Justin Fuller, Donnie Leah going at it for the 5th spot down in turn number 1 and 2. That's the first side-by-side battle on the racetrack. In front of them, it's Macklin, Daly, Comstock, Falkingham, top 4.
Falkingham's got damage on left and right front of that car. Oh!
Oh!
Yeah, here we go. Oh! Wow, he saved it. I can't believe he saved that car, but he's got to be really upset with Leah right now. You know, in his mind, Ben, that's going to be the 18's fault, and the 18's mind is going to be the 51's fault.
Absolutely. So Fuller, a great save down the front straightaway. He has had a lot of problems on that curved front stretch here tonight at Richmond, and he battles side by side now with Jatina, who's having a spectacular run. Meanwhile, up front, it's the 2 tires versus the 2 tires. Macklin fends off Daly down into turn 3. Daly swings out wide, trying to get the good late apex on the bottom in turn 4. And boy, these guys going at it. Throw a blanket over the top 4 as they race into turn 1.
I'll tell you what, that enabled these two, the 06 and the 30, that's Macklin and Daly. If those two fighting like that has allowed Comstock and Falkingham to close the gap on them. So we're going to have a 4-way fight for the lead here. And don't forget, folks, the 42 and the 39 both have fresh. Oh, we got a caution.
Well, that was getting good, and caution going to come out. DeMarco Starks in the 21 around on the back straightaway, putting us under this caution as they were in a 3-wide situation there, and gets turned around and into the inside wall he goes. So DeMarco Starks going to put us under this caution. That was a jumble there.
I'm saying, and then the 17 hit him hard enough to launch him airborne. Watch this hit.
Wow.
Wow. You know, it's like, hello. How you doing?
Wow. So DeMarco Starks got some damage to about every corner of that race car in that incident. Just like a handful of other these drivers tonight. It has been a short track, beat 'em up sort of race. But to be honest, John, this has been we've had our fair share of cautions so far, but it has been a fairly clean race given all of the contact we've had tonight.
Absolutely. I'm really impressed with the guys right now. They're doing great. Now, you know who this benefits the most is Macklin and Daly both. They were able to hang on those top 2 spots, Ben. Now they're on the same cycle of tires as everybody else. And then, as I say that, there goes, Donnie Leah. I think Donnie took only 2 tires that time. Let's find out here. Yep, 2 tire stop for Donnie Leah, and he's the only one. Oh, really? Falkingham took 2? Wow.
Yeah, Falkingham beats Leah off of pit road, so that will give him the lead back.
See, that's a questionable call because you're looking at a couple of guys there. Falkingham, that he took, 4? The last time he did it was, 5?
Yep.
I'm sorry, 40 laps ago? Something like that?
I'd say around lap 70. So
was it?
Easing up on 25 or so laps. There was a caution thrown in there too. So still, that's about 15, 18 laps on the left side tires, which is a whole lot more than 5 that was on Macklin and Daly for that last restart.
So we're going to let it trickle around here real quick, Ben. And my guess is that, Comstock got in and out pretty good too, as did Lockhart. Wow. Lockhart's back in the pits though, so never mind. That's what I get for not letting it trickle around first.
Yeah, our timing and scoring up here on our side of things only updates at the line. Yours on the viewer's side, your overlay is a little bit more fancier than ours. It updates.
Must be nice.
It updates every 51 thousandths of a second. So.
Okay then.
So we're getting updates every 21 seconds. You're getting let's see, it'd be about 21,000 updates or 2,100 updates in between our updates. So
you and your maths, stop showing off.
Nonetheless, it'll be Falkingham back out in the lead, and we talked about him having a clean car. That has gone out the window.
Yeah, that's done.
That car has certainly been used up right and left sides of that number 39 machine. Got some dents and dings and all sorts of things as we're set to go back racing here at Richmond. How about Donnie Leah? That car, it's got some scratches on it as well. Falkingham choosing the outside.
I can't imagine where these scratches came from on a short track. Who'd have thunk it? Hey, Ben.
What's up, John?
Did I hear you say something about turn it up?
Yeah, I said that off the mic, but now we'll let everybody in on the little secret that
My bad.
we're getting set to turn it up right here on the Sim Racing Network on this restart, and I can guarantee you it's going to be a wild one, but we're just going to be quiet for 2 laps if we make it 2 laps up here in the booth. So here we go. Buckle up, turn those speakers up. It's a turn it up short tracking style. Daniel Falkingham looking good on the 2 tires out front, as is Donnie Leah, but they've got David Comstock, Brian Macklin, and Byron Daly all over their rear bumpers, or Daly and Macklin kind of in their own battle. So go ahead and put Comstock a little bit closer to the front duo. Comstock trying to close in on Leah, trying to make that move, get back up to the runner-up spot.
Yeah, that fight back there for 4th between Macklin and Daly is really heating up, and right behind them is the 51 car, who we've seen him a couple of times tonight. There, Ben, that Justin Fuller fella, and he's lurking right there in 6th, waiting for one of these 2 to mess up.
That he is, and he is all over their bumper as they're all over each other's doors. My oh my, they're not going to give up. 30 inside, that's Macklin, 06 outside, Daly, and now Daly finally going to clear him. Tonight's broadcast is part of our triple threat streaming right here live on the Sim Racing Network, live to our Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. We encourage you, no matter what platform you're watching, to give us a follow and like the video as well. Turn on notifications so you can be notified whenever we go live. Great race so far, though, here at Richmond Raceway, and what a show. Oh, whoa! Josh Parker's going to go around in turn 4. Caution will fly.
Oh my. See what I did there?
Josh Parker sideways down into turn number 3, and you know, he had a little bit of help from the 76 going around, but you know, John, that was just a victim or he was that was all on the 23 there, just a little bit too much rear brake, and wheel hopped down into the turn, and around he goes.
Absolutely. Actually, I'm looking at that replay, Ben. I think the apron got him.
It may have been a combination of the
he really
two.
sent it in there. I mean, he sent it in there hard.
So Parker goes around, and there's that. Caution out again. Just under 50 laps to go. Do we see any pit stops under this round of cautions?
Oh.
Macklin. Oh! Fuller. That's about as close as you can cut it to the commitment cone there. But he made it down, and we'll see what kind of strategy they'll decide to go with. You won't miss it on Corner to Corner. We're going to take a quick commercial break and get set to go all the way to the end. You're watching the Kickass Beef Jerky series live on the Sim Racing Network.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium,
Check.
formaldehyde,
Check.
arsenic.
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they use in rat poison?
Oh, what what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
My doctor calls me and says, Chris, I have the results of your scan. This is saying you have lung cancer. And that was probably the single most shocking thing anyone's ever told me in my life.
How can I have lung cancer? I'm 39. How can I have lung cancer? I do kick myself almost daily for ever starting smoking. I really do.
Quit your way. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
.40 laps to go, Richmond Raceway. Reminder to get social with us right here on the Sim Racing Network. Find us on Twitter at the SRN_ or on Facebook. Give us a like as well. Just search the Sim Racing Network. Here we go. Pace car set to head on down to pit road. It's a 40-lap shootout under the lights on a Sunday evening. Here at Richmond Raceway, we're back racing.
Yes, we are. And I tell you what, I'm watching this restart. It looks great, but back there in the field, it looks like the 07 of Doylewood squeaks by the 13 on the outside. And we got 3 wide with Ryan Coleman. I'm watching 3 wide back here. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. My producer's fussing at me.
3 wide, aplenty. And they almost 3 wide in the middle of the pack there, around 7th as well. But up front for second, Comstock trying to get by Donnie Leah. That'll be for the runner-up spot. Can Comstock clear the 18 and set his sights on Falkingham as they race to the front straightaway, lap 112 complete.
And we got 3 wide coming through the trial. Is it called a trial at Richmond? I'm not real sure, but 3 wide coming down to turn 1 and 2. And E.J. O'Rourke, man, he's like, I got to go, fellas. Y'all just in my way. Get out the way.
O'Rourke up to 5th. How about that for the run from the number 41 machine? Started 29th tonight, has been involved in about 3 cautions, and now he is inside the top 5. Battle behind him between Fuller, who is sideways again, and caution's going to wave again here at Richmond, and it's not for that incident, it's for Rick Thompson in the 76 going around off the bumper of the number 17 machine.
Oh my goodness. That was, I said it earlier, Ben, that those two, the 51 and 23, weren't done with each other yet. And now I'm thinking the 17 and the 76 might want to have a talk after the race also.
Let's just say there's going to be a lot of chatter going on at the conclusion of this one.
Some chit-chat. Is that what you're saying?
Some chit-chat. Chit-chat indeed. Let's see. Comstock.
Oh
boy. Look out. We're going to...
Wow. That poor cone, man. If he were an
Trembling.
official, he would have a dirty fire suit right now.
The cone is trembling right now at the side of those cars coming at him full speed. Our producer is just... We're making him laugh tonight, John. He may be the only person. But
folks, we appreciate you being so patient with us tonight. We had some technical issues at the top of the show, but Aaron fought through them, got everything back up and running, bringing these gorgeous pictures. And we're glad that we can sit here with you tonight on Sunday night, giving you some great racing from the Sim500 guys. And I've got my friend Ben back in the booth with me, and it's just great. It's great to be alive. Hey, Ben?
Certainly is. More great racing from Richmond tomorrow night in the Trans Service Cup Series live right here on the Sim Racing Network. Join John Don, Double A Ron for the call on that one tomorrow night.
Uncle
same
Don
time,
coming back?
Same place as far as I know.
Now, Ben, I want to talk to you about your race tomorrow night, son.
Okay.
Here's what I want you to do, all right? Now, I want you to go down there, and when you get down in that straightaway over there where that wall's at, I want you to turn left. All right?
That's the plan.
Now, you may have to use a little bit of brake, but not too much, because if you get them beads on them rims too hot, the tire's going to blow up, son. All right? You
That's the
got to
plan.
treat that throttle like you got an egg underneath it. All right?
This has been a race strategy with Uncle John. A new portion coming to Sim.
You can call me the Godfather. I would appreciate it.
We're looking forward to tomorrow night. We'll say that.
I am too, man. I think you're gonna have a good night tomorrow night, Ben. I really do.
Let's hope so.
Now, when you get up next to that number 96 car, I want you to give him a little love tap.
I've already wrecked one of my teammates last week. I can't do it again this week.
You've got 4 of them. You can go ahead.
Just choose a different one every week.
You haven't worn them all out yet.
Oh man, Chad's just too nice to even, talk bad about. So we definitely can't get into Chad Cole.
Big Cat Cole.
Yeah, the big cat. We're missing him tonight.
Turning blue in the booth right now.
Oh boy, this is what happens.
Hey, are we going green yet?
Yeah, I was gonna say this is what happens when you have long cautions and a plentiful amount of them mixed into one race. Let's turn the lights off.
Nice word, Ben. I'm impressed.
Plentiful, yeah. We'll turn the lights off and we'll get back to some green flag action. Spare us and the viewers any more of listening.
Do you see who's restarting next to each other back there?
Well, I see the 51, 23, a little bit side by side.
They won't be right next to each other, but they'll be close enough to reach out and touch.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on the 41 of O'Rourke, who's having a good run. We'll keep an eye on Daniel Falkingham, who has just been dominant all race long. He fell back a little bit in traffic, but now with the clean air on that 39, he's looking to restart well, and Comstock ran him down the track. Byron Daly trying to squeeze to the outside.
That was a huge mind game right there by the 39. And I hate to say this about Comstock, but he falls for it every time. Oh! The 51 and 23 almost got together again right there, Ben, going down into turn 3 and 4 right here. I really thought we were going to see another mix-up between those. And look at how loose the 51 car is.
For the lead. Here comes Comstock to the inside. For the first time, somebody's trying to pass Daniel Falkingham for the lead spot tonight. And they're side by side going into 3. Comstock with an advantage.
Comstock with the advantage.
Oh, he got loose. Comstock got loose. He chased it up the track.
Leah down in there.
Almost 3 wide for the lead there for a brief moment. Is Comstock finally going to try and clear Falkingham? Slide job off turn 2.
Man, Leah doesn't know which way to go with this fight right here. He's going to duck down the inside of Falkingham. Falkingham powers back by on the outside. In the meantime, look at Daly in the 06. He's going to be a part of this fight. And Comstock is up in the lead. He says, go ahead, fellas. I got my lead. I'll see y'all later on.
Comstock wants to add his name to the Big 4 list, and caution is out again here at Richmond. It's a big one in turn 1. Rich Jet involved in the 36. We were talking so good about him earlier tonight, and it all happened up in front of him. The 08 of, the 80 of Mark Creighton gets up into the wall and causes an accordion and a big impact for Jet down into turn 1, and Dan Denayer got a big piece of it.
Yes, he did. The 36 kind of got turned head on into the wall there. Denayer cleared the wreck, but it was out of control and just slid right down on the inside wall and got some heavy contact on his nose. But that puts us under caution again, Ben. I tell you what, us up front, this battle we've got going on with these guys, you really can't single out any car as being better than the other one. You really can't.
No, and Daly falls for it. Daly is down on pit road, and it is going to be a lonely time down on pit road. He's got a few other drivers coming down with him, but they are from outside of the top 10.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable turn of events.
Well, here's the thing, though. 25 laps left in this race. When we come by next time, we'll probably go back to green with about, 22 laps, Ben? So if he gets his 4 fresh ones right here, stays out of trouble, and there is another caution within, say, 10, 15 laps, he might be in the catbird seat. Maybe.
Could.
But
we'll
then
have
again,
to see where he cycles out.
I don't see Comstock and Leah actually coming down pit road for any reason, to be honest with you.
No.
Now that I think about this at Richmond, it's a short track, so they probably wouldn't risk it within 30 laps of coming down. Here we are with, like I said, about 23 or 22 when we get back to green. Poor Daly. You're right. He took the bait.
He fell for it. Yep. Brian Workman gets the lucky dog, puts us 32 cars on the lead lap. Comstock, Leah, Falkingham. That's the top 3. Parker, O'Rourke, Fuller. That's the 4th through 6th. Then Kelly, Ryan, Macklin, and Jettina round out the top 10 as we get set to duke it out for about 22, 21, maybe 20 laps when we get this thing restarted here at Richmond Raceway. So for Comstock, John, got to have the restart of the race tonight.
He's got to have a Falkingham kind of restart, Ben.
Yeah, certainly. This will be the first time tonight, besides with the tire strategy, that someone has restarted out front other than Daniel Falkingham.
And not just restarted, but powered by him. I mean, he did take the lead. I mean, he took the lead from Falkingham. That's something we haven't seen anybody be able to do in a few weeks, actually. And a little bit of mind games going on back here. The 51 car just gave 41 a little bump in the back there to say, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?"
He's probably congratulating him on a top 5 run so far.
Yeah, I mean, after spinning out and being involved in a couple of incidents. But what I find kind of interesting here is if this lineup stays the way it is when we go back to 1 to go. You'll have the 23 in 4th, and then in 6th you'll have the 51. That could be kind of interesting on this restart, Ben.
It could. We turn the lights off, get set for that restart right now. 22 laps to go when we throw the rag back out in the air. I was looking at these group of cars inside the top 6. Parker, O'Rourke, and Fuller. Nothing against them, John, but those 3 cars right there have been the cause of about half the cautions tonight, and they're firmly inside the top 10.
Yes, they have given us our highlight reel, I would have to say.
So nonetheless, don't clip the highlight reel just yet. We've still got 22 laps left to add some more footage. Green flag back in the air. Good restart for Comstock. Better restart, though, for Leon, that outside line. He almost was going to drag race him down into turn 1. Thought better of it, falls back into line. Can Donnie Lee on the 18 close in on the 42?
Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what, this fight back here, 3rd, 4th, and 5th with the 39 of Falkingham, the 23 of Parker, and the 51 out there of Fuller. Yeah, sorry. I'm watching them. And it's just crazy.
Some great racing here at Richmond. And look out. But Parker get the boot right there. Got upset down into 3 and 4. And Now E.J. O'Rourke trying to get back in the mix. He still sits 5th right now. Does not want to lose that top 5 position. Macklin going to slide up the racetrack. What a save there, and a great job by everybody avoiding contact up front. Still Comstock versus Leah, and it may come down to these two. Leah's got to run to the front straightaway in the 18. He's closing in on Comstock for the win.
Yes, he is. He's right up on the bumper now, going down through 1 and 2.
Caution. There was some contact at the back of the field, and looks to have sent the 76 of Thompson sideways, and he didn't loop it around, but it was enough to trigger a yellow down in turns number 1 and 2. Great save by Thompson as he gets a pun at the conclusion of his slide by Jonathan Lockhart. Nonetheless, putting us under caution yet again here at Richmond.
That's like insult to injury right there. Well, my goodness. Here we are with lap 133 coming to lap 134. Gee, Ben, do you think the excitement's over yet?
I don't think so. We've still got a handful of laps left in this one, and it's I think it's still far from over. Especially with these two up front, Donnie Leah, David Comstock. I think we're about to get set to witness a duel for the ages.
Absolutely have to agree with you on that. And Leah's hungry for a win. I don't think he's got one yet in this series, does he?
Nope. It's been dominated by Daly, Falkingham, and Marinac all season long. And, well, Falkingham sits 3rd right now. Daly back in 17th. I think we're about to finally in the winning streak at the Big 3.
I'd have to agree with you on that one. And I'm just, I'm really impressed with Donnie Leah tonight, man. I mean, he's not somebody we've considered. I'm not, not knocking him in any way, shape, or form here, but he hasn't been a strong force of nature in this series up to tonight. But he seems to have found his forte here on Richmond International Raceway, and he started in the top 10, and he really hadn't fallen too far back there. And now he finds himself battling for the lead, and I think he can give Comstock a run for his money.
Absolutely. Leah has 4 starts coming into tonight, only 1 top 10, so this would be a great showing for the 18 tonight if he could even finish where he's at right now. But we all know that if you're a race car driver and have a chance to put the bumper on a short track for the win, it's most likely going to happen. So I think we're probably setting up to do just that as we come to 15 to go right now. We'll restart probably around 13 or so laps to go in this one. It's like I said, John, far from over. We still got a handful of circuits left at the Richmond Raceway.
Absolutely, Ben. And I mean, it's anything goes now at this point. I hate to say that. I'm not saying these guys are a bunch of dirty drivers by any means, but you just say it yourself, it's a short track, man. And if you're a guy like Donnie Lee in that 18 car, and you're hungry for that win, I mean, I'm sorry, Mr. Comstock, but I may just have to, give you a little tappity tap.
Absolutely. Light's still on, so we'll delay this restart one
Those
more
darn
lap.
fans and their beer cans.
I can guarantee the flash photography going to be going wild on this restart. Awesome feature debuted in the most recent build here on iRacing. Looks amazing on the restarts.
Those fireworks, they finally improved the fireworks as well.
Yeah, those look
And I
cool
don't mean
well.
the race cars, folks.
We're going to see some fireworks on and off the track.
Oh, yeah.
In the final laps of this one. Set to go back racing. Before we do that, let's catch our breath real quick and pause 10 seconds for station identification. Welcome back. Set to go for the restart here. 13 laps to go. Comstock chooses the outside on this restart. Donnie Leah really going to have to get a good one if he wants to contend for the win. Pace car to pit road, the final 13 laps in the Kickass Beef Jerky Sunday Series is back underway, and a good restart for Comstock. He'll lead Justin Fuller down into turn 1. That goes side by side for second. Can Leah clear the 51? He does, and now he's got his sights set on the 42.
And he's got a little under 12 laps to do it. He's going to have to get up there and make something happen. Oh, the 41 of Aurora gets into the side of 23, and 23 goes around. We have another caution on track.
And it's going to be, a big one as they pile him up over in turn number 4. Josh Parker. That's not his first rodeo in turn 4, and, well, sadly enough, I think it's going to be his last as he goes around down in corner number 4. Mike Kelly gets a piece of it. Doy Woods not able to squeak by that one and gets involved.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And man, Mike Kelly got a huge piece of that. Doy Woods just destroyed his car right there. Also, the 3 cars involved, Crichton's involved, the 38's involved, and I think Parker's just had enough of it. He's going to park it behind the wall. And that's unfortunate. But what that's going to do, Ben, is that's going to bunch these guys up for about a 5-lap shootout, if I have to predict.
Absolutely. Maybe a little over 5 laps. Dwayne Vincent even got a piece of that, as did Jordan Hightower. They wrecked all the way down the front straightaway there in that most recent incident. Nonetheless, though, that sets us up for a shootout to the finish here at Richmond Raceway. And, well, we've got to get our breath caught because it's going to be exactly that, a shootout to the finish. So don't go anywhere. We'll go corner to corner. We're going to keep on short tracking here at Richmond when we return. The final restart of the night, and we'll take you all the way to the checkered flag. You're watching the Kickass Beef Jerky Sunday Series.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to Richmond Raceway as we get set for the restart with 7 laps to go. And we're getting ready to finish this one off. We have time for one more caution, but it's got to come quick or less. Next flag in the race, David Comstock, Donnie Leah, front row. Comstock chooses the inside this time by. We'll see how well that works for the 42. Go, Leah!
Mind game.
He's going to drag him down into turn number 1. They're 4 wide behind. Looks like the salute to the fans down in turn number 1. They're crashing. Kelly goes around, and it's going to be a big one.
Oh, my goodness.
Caution out again. And that came from that 4 wide incident, John, down in entering turn 1. I said it looked like the salute to the fans who get a good shot of the replay here is my oh my.
Oops. That looked like
How about? No,
No,
sorry, go ahead. I was going to say Byron Daly was able to squeak by on the inside. He was the very lowest car on the inside there, and that'll put him up to around the maybe 8th position for this restart.
Well, I think that's what happened was he startled Jatina in the 14 right there. Jatina was caught, off guard by that move, the 06, and just got up into the bumper of Mike Kelly just a little bit there. Unfortunate, that it happens that way, but wow. Just wow.
So, that'll rack us and stack us for the final restart of the night, and this one will come most likely with a green-white checker in play if we get the green flag.
Yeah, I might say you might want to stress that if word. It'd be like quotation marks around it or something.
Yeah, so either a green-white checkered or a one-lap shootout. I do believe we'll restart this deal. Is Lucky Dog going to come by on the outside of the field? That's Scott Simley in the 12, making his way back to
what
the
is he
lead
sucking
lap.
on helium down there? What's wrong with our producer?
Our producer he has got a case of the giggles tonight, and it's hard to work.
It really is.
With him laughing
just put him on the mic and let him just giggle his ass off while we do this. Oh, good Lord.
Oh, man. Oh, John. Glad to be back.
John ain't got nothing to do with this.
I'm just looking for you to take over because now I've got the...
Oh, God. All right, folks. Well, here we go. We're going to stack this thing back up. I'm fairly certain our lights are going to go off the pace car. And, yeah, they do. So here we go. Comstock chooses the inside.
No, lights are still
51.
on.
Are they?
Lights are
I've
still
got
on.
a real tiny monitor over here, folks, and I'm old and blind. So my deepest apologies.
So maybe we'll get them turned off this time, and that'll line us up for a one-lap shootout. Comstock, one of those drivers that does not want to see them turn the lights off. He's shouting.
No, not at all. Yeah.
He's shouting debris, rain, whatever.
Naked
Lineup's not right.
You laughed. That really happened in Richmond a couple years ago. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So here we go.
Up there.
Moment of truth. Do we get a restart? They're doubling up, so it looks as if we'll have a one-lap shootout to settle it here. 3/4 of a mile at Richmond Raceway. Comstock going to lead us back to the green flag and the white flag at the same time. So
that's a Gwecker,
John,
right? Green, white, checker, Gwecker?
Yeah, Gwecker. We installed the 5-point harnesses up here for a reason, and this is one of those reasons. So,
hey, pass me that oxygen.
Buckle up,
will you, Ben?
Pick your poison as we get set to shoot it out one last time. 3/4 of a mile. Gonna put one of these drivers in victory lane. We'll find out who in one more circuit. Green flag back in the air. Comstock gets a good restart, and that may have won him the race.
Absolutely. I tell you what, that tied up the 51 on the outside there and bottled everybody up there. Leah sends it down into the turn. Doesn't quite clear to 51 there, but he's trying really hard right there. Meantime, Comstock is loving. Oh, here we go. Here we go. O'Rourke sending to 3 and 4. He gets loose up, slides up a little bit. He saves it, and
Comstock wins.
Wow. Comstock wins it, but my gosh. Ben, I didn't mean to walk on you there, but I was just watching the craziness back there behind him.
And they're still crashing. Not going to take away from Comstock's victory tonight, though. He wins here at Richmond Raceway. Knocks off the big three. It's Comstock, Fuller, Falkingham. Top three. We'll talk to those guys coming up right here on the Sim Racing Network. Don't go anywhere. Post-race interviews coming up next. You'll watch Comstock celebration on Corner to Corner. You're watching the Kickass Beef Jerky Sunday Series live right here on the Sim Racing Network.
Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium,
Check.
formaldehyde,
Check.
arsenic.
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they use in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to Richmond Raceway, and you saw David Comstock's Polish burnout victory lap. He burned it down all the way around the 3/4 mile here at Richmond Raceway, and he earned it tonight, John. But we're going to talk to one of those Big Three drivers. Got knocked off of the Big Three. Now we have the Big Four, we'll call it, at least for now, heading into race number 9. You found yourself down on pit road and chatting with the driver who finished third tonight, led a good portion of the race.
That's right, Ben. I've caught up with Daniel Falkingham down here in the 39 car. Daniel, long race, my friend, but you battled it out and you got yourself a nice podium finish. Talk to me about your third place run, bud.
Yeah, it was really good run for us. I know felt good to get the pole lead a lot of laps too, so definitely show my stride in Richmond being one of my really good tracks too, one of my good short tracks. Really love short track racing, but yeah, this has kind of been the theme lately where we had a pretty good opening green flag run and then the rest was cautions and stuff. So yeah, that kind of hampered my strategy. So I decided to take two. The last time I went to pit road, I took 2 tires because I know we didn't run that many laps, and I felt like if I never got tight coming off of 4, when Comstock got by me, I felt like I could have held on to the win, but yeah, I mean, I'm used to it. I've lost quite a few races because of cautions this season, it seems like, so I'm used to it. So we'll take the points and move on.
That was a good points night for you. I mean, you just said it yourself. You survived the carnage and the wreckage. Is there anybody you want to thank for your third place run tonight, bud?
Yeah, absolutely. Got to thank First Rate Bait, Lobs 207 for all their support. Also got to thank Cameron Colby for doing the paint job, as always. Also got to thank everyone, Joey and the guys at Sim500 for putting out a good league, great league, and everyone who comes out and races each and every week. Also got to thank you guys here at SRN for doing the broadcast, and thanks to everyone who watched the race.
Well, thank you very much for your time there, Daniel. That was our third place runner there, Ben. Daniel Falkingham. If you'll give me a minute, I'll run down here and get a chat with Justin Fuller real quick.
Fuller, who was involved in a lot of contact tonight, even found himself sideways at one point and backwards across the finish line. Started second, finished second, though pretty consistent for the driver of the 51. You've caught up with him on pit road.
That's right. I'm down here with Justin Fuller. And Justin, man, I don't see a single inch of this car that hasn't been touched by the wall or a race car or a tire or something, man. Talk to me about your run tonight, bud.
It was a rough night, honestly. Not one of my better short tracks. I don't have a grass at this place. I would have loved to have seen what I could have done at the beginning, but Byron raced. It's nothing against him. He raced really hard, and I burned my tires up trying to get by him, and fell back. We hit the wall. I mean, we scraped it. We barely touched it, but there was a little bit of a hiccup there at one point. Coming off turn 4, I barely got into the back of Josh and turned him around, and I want to apologize for that. I just couldn't check up in time for it. I don't know what happened. I'll have to go back and watch the replay on that.
Well, you survived all that carnage out there, and you walk away with a second place finish tonight. You want to thank anybody for that second place run?
Yeah, I want to thank first off Sim500.com came on board, sponsor me, and the trucks this and the Cup Series tomorrow night. So I want to thank them for coming on board. Tim's Corner Motorsports also for sponsoring me, and I want to thank Kickass Beef Jerky for sponsoring this series. Sim500.com for all that they do for the league and all the members. It's a great league to race. Hopefully, we're going to get these kinks out so we can stop having so many cautions. Long runs are really fun to do, and personally, I think we just need to get a better setup, but that's just me. But I want to thank you guys also for putting on the broadcast. I'll be watching it tomorrow, I'm sure, while I'm at work, like I do all the time. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow night, and then we're gonna have a week off with this series, and then we're going to Talladega. Can't wait.
Well, there you have it, folks. There's your second place runner, Justin Fuller, talking to me about Dega already. He's excited about Dega, Ben.
I don't know if that was sarcasm or if he's actually excited.
I think he's excited. I'm positive about this. I think he's excited. Now, if I'm not mistaken, have you not worked your way down into victory lane yet to talk to that Comstock fella?
Absolutely. I'm down here with that Comstock fella who is really jumped up and in the leaderboard now, or on the winner charts, I should say, as far as the Kick-Ass series goes. David, this Sunday series has just been dominated by Marinak and Daly and Falkingham over the past couple of weeks. How good does it feel to finally add another name, and especially that name being your name, to the winner list so far this season?
That's a good group to be a part of. All those guys are really fast, so to be included with that group now, it just validates the speed we have. We just kind of had a monkey on our back here with luck, so Texas and Bristol come to mind. I don't think I didn't have anything for Bristol, but Texas definitely comes to mind where I think we might have had something to go for the lead and for the win there. But nonetheless, just happy to finally be able to get a win in this series, and hope there's plenty more to come.
I'm sure there's plenty more to come over the course of the season. We take an off week next week, then we head to Talladega, which, as we all know, anything can happen at the 2.66 mile super speedway in Alabama. Talk about tonight's race, though, David. 150 laps. What point of the race did you think, maybe I'm going to get some clean air here, and I may actually have a shot at winning this deal? Because early in the race, Falkingham dominant, and then we had the middle part of the race where there was tire strategy all thrown in, and then you're able to get by Falkingham off turn 4 there. Did that really seal the deal? Was that the moment right there where you thought, okay, I've got this thing now?
Yeah, I didn't think I had a chance at all to contend for the win with how fast Falkingham was when he got out front. So the only time I knew I had a shot at it was just when we were battling side by side, and I thought I gave it away off of 4 when I clipped my left sides on the apron off the corner. About wrecked it, and then had to make a block, and somehow was still able to pull it off. So with those cautions that we kept having, track position was really important. So I wanted to do 2 tires on that last pit stop we had, but at the same time I was afraid of it going green to the end, just because earlier in the race I was getting a bit free into 3 and bit push loose off of 2. So I didn't want to lose the drive off, and more importantly, with being on 2 tires. So yeah, just really fortunate enough to where we were able to muscle our way up to the lead and maintain that track position to the end.
Well, you did just that, and we congratulate you on your win tonight. Anybody you want to thank for putting you in victory lane here at Richmond?
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody at Aftermath Motorsports, their support with Justin Fuller, EJ O'Rourke, Brian Macklin here tonight. Sponsors in the car, racingbiz.com. If we go to Facebook, and check out on their Facebook page there, racingbiz.com. We got live auctions every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So really cool racing merchandise on there. Go check them out. Carolina Doors and Windows, Monster Energy, Gary Mercer, JDair Graphics are painting the car. All the fans out there watching, you guys are putting on the broadcast. The admins here at Sim500 and Kickass Beef Jerky for sponsoring the series. I'll be missing Talladega because I'll be there at the track in person. So if anybody watching out there, any fans, we got a hospitality that we got like a camp tent hospitality thing. If you go onto the Facebook, onto Racing Bids, we got an event there that we've got scheduled that we made for it. So if you guys are going to be in Talladega, come see us.
Well, there you have it. We'll miss you, but we'll see you tomorrow night. Same place, just a different car.
Absolutely.
Congrats on your win, Dave.
Appreciate it.
There you have it. Winner tonight at Richmond Raceway. Now gives us 4 different winners this season. John, as we get set to head out of Richmond tonight in the Xfinity cars, we get tuned up and ready to head right back here tomorrow night in the Cup cars. Any final thoughts from tonight and maybe some pointers for some drivers for tomorrow night?
Well, here, I'm going to say this again now. You got to treat that throttle like you got an egg on her, boy. All right? No, seriously. It was a great race tonight. Not boring at all. It had all the excitement we expected tonight, Ben, and I expect that tomorrow night is going to be more of the same. I'm really looking forward to calling tomorrow night's race with double A-Ron down there in the boot, in the the van, and Uncle Don, Uncle up here with me. But yeah, Ben, get her done, buddy. That's all I'm going to tell you. Just go out there and don't worry about the fenders. Don't worry about the ass of the car. You don't need none of that aerodynamic stuff. Just get out there and beat your way to the front, son.
There we go. Well, I don't know if that's the exact plan. Hopefully we can start up front and stay there. But
no, you've got to be nice, Ben. You've got to pass everybody politely. Excuse me, I'm going to the front. Thank you. Whatever, do it how you want to, buddy.
We'll see how it goes tomorrow night. And
I got him, here.
We'll see how it goes tomorrow night. But for tonight, that's going to do it. We congratulate David Comstock. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Remember to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitch, subscribe to us on YouTube, turn on notifications so you can be notified whenever we go live. Big shout out to Sim500, all the admins and behind the scenes there, and Kickass Beef Jerky for sponsoring this very spectacular series and having a broadcast live right here on the Sim Racing Network. But that'll do it for us tonight here from Richmond. For John Mustin and Aaron Grosskopf, I am Ben Kilcrease saying good night. And remember, when you're out there on the roads, to put that phone down.